everybody, and welcome to Season 3, Episode 3 of Mike Cadaver's Horror Pub Trivia. I'm Mike Cadaver.
And I'm Betty Cadaver. And you know what? I'm convinced that we have the best horror trivia on the planet.
Oh, that's on the planet. That's a confident statement.
It's just the time that, I finally come out and said it.
You tired of pretending it isn't?
I did some research, okay?
Yeah.
And found out that we're really the only folks who do this kind of thing on this kind of format. So yeah, we're the best at what we do. And there's me.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. What? Fair enough. There's, let's let in the trivia gorilla.
Just your everyday trivia gorilla here. Here's how this all works. The idea of this is that you're in your favorite pub playing trivia with your friends. For each episode, we'll have 3 rounds of 10 questions. The rounds get harder, so if you're using our app, later rounds are worth more points. Speaking of the app, visit trivia.horrorpubtrivia.com. All the information you need is there. If you don't use the app, a regular pen and paper will work too. Other than that, prepare yourself for spoilers and have fun.
Let's warm up. We'll ask the questions and you name that movie.
Let's go.
Super easy. Question number 1. What underseen erotic horror film stars Kim Delaney, Chris Sarandon, and Corbin Burnson is about tapping into an Indian goddess's sexual powers? Question number 2. What is the subtitle for Tremors 2 from 1996? Question number 3. What film from 2004 is about college students who spend the night in a deserted mansion and stars Brad Dourif and Tiffany Shepis? Question number 4. What is the name of the teen horror car flick from 1986 that stars Charlie Sheen? Question number 5. What's the name of the film from 1972 in which director Armando de Osorio first featured resurrected members of the Knights Templar? Question number 6. What is the subtitle of the final chapter of the Phantasm franchise that was released in 2016? Question number 7. What's the title of the film whose subtitle is A Symphony of Horror? Question number 8. What 2003 action/horror features hot vampires in black leather outfits? Question number 9. What Hammer horror film from 1971 stars Playboy playmates Madeline and Mary Collinson? Question number 10. What erotic horror film series has 16 entries at the time of this writing that spans 1988 to 2016?
Number 1. What underseen erotic horror film stars Kim Delaney, Chris Sarandon, and Corbin Burnson, and is about tapping into an Indian goddess's sexual powers? Temptress. I'd like to formally apologize by starting off this episode with this lesser-known gem. To be honest with you, I haven't even seen it. It's very difficult to find. It stars Kim Delaney, Chris Sarandon, Corbin Burnson, Dee Wallace, Ben Cross, and the mom from Arrested Development. But I'll tell you what, the only way I was able to get my hands on this was buy a VHS rental copy from eBay. Number 2. What is the subtitle for Tremors 2 from 1996? Aftershocks. As is typical with many franchises, the higher the sequel number, the worse they get. However, it could be a lot worse. Burt Gummer, played by Michael Gross, does a good enough job to make these enjoyable at least. Number 3. What film from 2004 is about college students who spend the night in a deserted mansion and stars Brad Dourif and Tiffany Shepis? The Hazing. Written and directed by Rolf Konevsky, a usual softcore director, takes a go at the frat and sorority hazing topic that sends pledges into a haunted house. Sound familiar? Of course it does, since this shtick has been done to death. However, Tiffany Shepis and Nectar Rose add enough goodness to this movie that it's fun, maybe a little generic, but I'd check it out if I were you. Number 4. What is the name of the teen horror car flick from 1986 that stars Charlie Sheen? The Wraith. Quintessential 80s vibe starring Charlie Sheen and Sherilyn Fenn and the illustrious Clint Howard. Number 5. What's the name of the film from 1972 in which director Armando de Osorio first featured resurrected members of the Knights Templar? Tombs of the Blind Dead. I have to admit that with Armando de Osorio's Blind Dead series, they all kind of bleed together. I recognize the titles and they're part of this series, but I would have no idea which came first unless I did the research for this question. Number 6. What is the subtitle of the final chapter of the Phantasm franchise that was released in 2016? Ravager. This series of films are not only amazing and terrifying, but for some reason, the emotional bond between the characters puts this above some of the big series in my opinion. Number 7. What's the title of the film whose subtitle is A Symphony of Horror? Nosferatu, A Symphony of Horror. With the recent release of Robert Eggers' Nosferatu, the original Symphony of Horror is getting a lot of traction lately, rightly so. There are a lot of classics that are considered that because of their impact on the genre, and in my opinion, this original silent film is that, plus it's still super rewatchable. Number 8. What 2003 action horror features hot vampires in black leather outfits? Underworld. Ah, the sexy vampire trope. A tale as old as time. That's because of people like Kate Beckinsale make it look so good. Number 9. What Hammer horror film from 1971 stars Playboy playmates Madeline and Mary Collinson? Twins of Evil. If you're playing with the app, you'll notice that the choices were Twins of Evil, Lust for a Vampire, The Vampire Lovers, Vampiros, Lesbos, The Nude Vampire. Every one of those titles seemed like they'd cast Playboy playmates. However, the correct answer is the final films in Hammer's Karnstein trilogy, Twins of Evil, which also includes Lust for a Vampire and The Vampire Lovers. Number 10. Which erotic horror film series has 16 entries at the time of this writing that span 1988 to 2016? Witchcraft. Oh boy. Witchcraft series, less horror and more nudie flicks, they were pretty bad. However, that didn't stop me and my buzz from renting every single one of them over and over in the 90s.
You think you know all there is to know about horror movies? Well, instead of talking about it, why don't you prove it? Grab your phone and visit app.horrorpubtrivia.com. Try your hand at the best collection of horror movie trivia on the internet. The best thing about it is it's totally free. app.horrorpubtrivia.com.
All right, you guys, there's very many types of possession movies. Ones that need exorcisms, some that possess inanimate objects, and some other off-the-wall types.
And this round's all about them?
However, if you've heard, this round is all about Sarah McLachlan's 1993 hit single about possession from her album, Fumbling Towards Ecstasy. I hate to break it to you, but you've been sorely misinformed.
It's a beautiful song.
It is a beautiful song. Should we get into it?
Yes. Question number 1. In Tales from the Crypt, Demon Knight from 1995, what was contained inside of the coveted key that Breaker and the Collector both sought? Question number 2. What is the name of the 2019 film directed by Damien Levesque about a stage-streamed exorcism that ends up being more than it was intended to be? Question number 3. What name did the demon use to introduce himself to Regan in The Exorcist from 1973? Question number 4. In Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn from 1987, what was the name of the person who was possessed by a demon that was trapped in the cellar? Question number 5. Who plays the titular character in 2005's The Exorcism of Emily Rose? Question number 6. What is the name of the sequel to 1980's Friday the 13th, where the essence of Jason Voorhees passes from one person to another? Question number 7. In Child's Play from 1988, what is the name of the murderer that, with the help of voodoo, puts his soul into a good guy doll? Question number 8. What is the name of the movie from 2023 where Russell Crowe plays Father Gabriel Amorth and is based on the book An Exorcist Tells His Story from 1990, and in the 1992 book An Exorcist, More Stories by Father Gabriel Amorth? Question number 9. What is the name of the character in A Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge, 1985, that Freddy Krueger attempts to possess so he can wreak havoc in the real world? Question number 10. In The Exorcist 3 from 1990, what did Kinderman tell Father Dyer was in his bathtub?
Number 1. In Tales from the Crypt Demon Knight from 1995, what was contained inside of the coveted key that Breaker and the Collector both sought? The blood of Christ. Breaker uses this key filled with the blood of Christ to create barriers that prevent demons, including the big bad, from crossing through a door or window. Number 2. What is the name of the 2019 film directed by Damien Levesque about a staged streaming exorcism that ends up being more than it was intended to be? The Cleansing Hour. Unexpectedly good with a unique premise. Of course, by the end it follows the usual Exorcist formula, but isn't really... That's how all Exorcist movies end. Number 3. What name did the demon use to introduce himself to Reagan in The Exorcist from 1973? Captain Howdy. So, is it a bad sign when your 12-year-old daughter plays with the Ouija board and is in contact with an entity named Captain Howdy? I mean, let's pretend it didn't go much farther than that in this movie. It's still creepy. Number 4. In Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn from 1987, what was the name of the person who was possessed by a demon that was trapped in the cellar? Henrietta Noby. Yours and my favorite demonic auntie, Henrietta Noby, who was trapped in the cellar, haunted all of our young souls as she screamed at us from under the cellar door. Number 5. Who plays the titular character in 2005's The Exorcism of Emily Rose? Jennifer Carpenter. Speaking of being haunted forever, Jennifer Carpenter's performance in this film seemed a little too real for my liking. Number 6. What is the name of the sequel to 1980's Friday the 13th, where the essence of Jason Voorhees passes from one person to another? Jason Goes to Hell, The Final Friday. The first film in the Jason Voorhees story not to be called Friday the 13th. Not a favorite of mine, but not a huge bummer. Shout out to the cameo of the Kandarian dagger from the Evil Dead series in this one. Number 7. In Child's Play from 1988, what is the name of the murderer that, with the help of voodoo, puts his soul into a good guy doll? Charles Lee Ray. Without Charles Lee Ray, we would never have been introduced to Tiffany Valentine. For that, we will be in his debt forever. Number 8. What is the name of the movie from 2023 where Russell Crowe plays Father Gabriel Amorth and is based on the books An Exorcist Tells His Story from 1990 and the 1992 book An Exorcist More Stories by Father Gabriel Amorth? The Pope's Exorcist. Just me, or in the last few years, have we gotten a ton of exorcism movies? The Exorcism from 2024, Pray for the Devil 2022, The Pope's Exorcist 2023, and The Exorcist Believer also from 2023. And that's just to name a few. Still, we haven't really gotten over trying to end the same way The Exorcist 1973 did. I guess we'll be doomed for that forever. Number 9. What is the name of the character in A Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge from 1985, that Freddy Krueger attempts to possess so he can wreak havoc in the real world? Jesse Walsh. Oh boy. This sequel. I'll just leave it there. Number 10. In The Exorcist 3 from 1990, what did Kinderman tell Father Dyer was in his bathtub? A carp. My Mary's mother is visiting, Father, and Tuesday she's cooking us a carp. It's a tasty fish, I'm not against it. But because it's supposedly filled with impurities, Mary's mother buys it alive, and for 3 days now, it's been swimming in my bathtub, up and down, cleaning out the impurities, and I hate it. I can't stand the sight of it moving its gills. Now you're standing very close to me, Father. Have you noticed? Yes, I haven't had a bath in days, so I never go home until the carp is asleep. I'm afraid that if I see it while it's swimming, I'll kill it.
Here's a few reasons you should watch Cinema Insomnia on OSI 74.
Laser beams are drilling. I'm holding my head, I don't even feel it. Zombies out for killing, but I'm not scared at all, cause I've already seen it. Nothing else matters.
Convinced?
Do you have hepatitis?
Well, watch anyway.
Would you like hepatitis?
You're not dreaming. You're watching Cinema Insomnia. They're not bad movies, just misunderstood. New episodes only on OSI 74.
All right, everyone. This round is about folk horror.
Is that how you say full core?
What? What does that even mean?
Well, okay, I'll tell you what. I hadn't heard of this until the last couple of years when documentaries about folklore were all the rage and box sets were starting to come out. However, apparently it's been around for a long time.
I don't even know what any of those words mean that you just said.
Well, that's because I'm dodging it. It's hard to define. It's one of those things where if you ask 10 horror fans what it is, they'll give you 10 different answers.
You said a lot of words that didn't even come close to answering my question.
Well, that's because I'm dodging it. I mean, it's hard to define. It's one of those things where you know it when you see it, but it's difficult to describe.
Well, when I watch any of these, I don't ever want to watch these, but I'm guessing it's a subgenre of horror film and horror fiction that uses elements of folklore to invoke the fear and foreboding. Typical elements include a rural setting, isolation, and themes of superstition, folk religion, paganism, sacrifice, and the dark aspects of nature.
Yeah, that was good. I was going to say a genre of old movies about old magic with lots of old men, but yours is way better.
Yeah, I know. So let's get into it. Question number 1. In All You Need Is Death from 2023, what is the main couple in search of? Question number 2. In Pyewacket from 2017, what event happens that leads to something awakening in the woods? Question number 3. In The Witch from 2015, what does Black Phillip ask Thomasin about how she would have liked to live? Question number 4. What is the subtitle of Pumpkinhead 2 from 1994? Question number 5. In what movie from 2018 is there a cursed film about a boy and a girl who are looking to save their recently euthanized dog at a place where Satan fell to earth? Question number 6. What movie from 2019 that stars Linda Cardellini is named after the Mexican folk story of a ghost of a crying woman walking the earth in search of her children that she drowned? Question number 7. In The Ritual from 2017, in what country do a group of British friends decide to go hiking? Question number 8. In Apostle from 2018, who plays the leader of a religious sect on an isolated island? Question number 9. What is the name of the British film from 1986 based on a short story by Clive Barker about a pagan deity's rampage throughout the Irish countryside? Question number 10. What 2023-2024 British-Irish co-production has been called A Poor Man's Wicker Man because it's about a young woman who was chosen as the harvest angel has gone missing?
Number 1. In All You Need Is Death from 2023, what is the main couple in search of? Rare folk ballads. A very interesting folk horror film, truly unique premise that reeks of ancient sorcery. Slow burn, but a definite must-watch. In Pyewacket from 2017, what event happens that leads to something awakening in the woods? Teenager evokes a witch through an occult ritual. Teenagers, man, I still have a couple of teenage kids, so I get it. However, I don't think any of them have tried to summon a witch to kill me, or at least if they did, their occult talents are lacking. Number 3. In The Witch from 2015, what does Black Phillip ask Thomason about how she wouldst like to live? Deliciously. Say what you want, but I don't think Robert Eggers has a stinker in his whole oeuvre. This scene in The Witch blew my mind. Hopefully Eggers continues his streak for many films to come. Number 4. What is the subtitle of Pumpkinhead 2 from 1994? Blood Wings. Let's be real. Blood Wings was decent, but it really can't compare to the original. The series just continues to get worse and worse from here. Number 5. In what movie from 2018 is there a cursed film about a boy and girl who are looking to save their recently euthanized dog at a place where Satan fell to earth? Antrim. Presented as a documentary about a film named Antrim that causes havoc wherever it is viewed. Excellent premise, decent execution, I dug the whole look and feel. Number 6. What movie from 2019 that stars Linda Cardellini is named after the Mexican folk story of the ghost of a crying woman walking the earth in search of her children that she drowned? La Llorona. There's nothing like regional folklore to give me the creeps. I'm not sure if this movie did a good job of giving me the creeps, but hey, Linda Cardellini. Number 7. In The Ritual from 2017, in what country do a group of British friends decide to go hiking? Sweden. This movie makes me happy I don't have the type of friends who would take me to a different country and go hiking in the woods. Number 8. In Apostle from 2018, who plays the leader of a religious sect on an isolated island? Michael Sheen. He plays Malcolm Howell. A recent entry to the folk horror genre, this really helps illustrate Michael Sheen's range. Quite frankly, there's nothing that I don't like him in. I'll watch anything if he's in it. Number 9. What is the name of the British film from 1986 that was based on a short story by Clive Barker about a pagan deity's rampage through the Irish countryside? Rawhead Rex. Rawhead Rex or Pissed Off Miss Piggy? It's actually a great movie. The monster seems a little silly at times, but the look and feel of this one more than makes up for it. Number 10. What 2023/2024 British-Irish co-production has been called A Poor Man's Wicker Man because it's about a young woman who is chosen as the harvest angel that has gone missing? Lord of Misrule. With the popularity of folk horror lately, this one is a satisfying entry. Yeah, not completely unique, but anything with Ralph Ineson and his voice is liable to get some scares. There you have it. Thank you for joining us for another episode.
I hope you had a good time. Don't forget to visit horrorpubtrivia.com and thecorpsecollective.com.
I'd really appreciate that, to be honest with you. And that's all we have for you today. But we'll catch you guys later, and don't forget to check out those websites because there's so much more there for you.
Bye.
Just kiss them?
Yes.
Because You call this power play.